Well, hey everyone, welcome to this week's Insider Secrets, Entrepreneur Insider Secrets Live podcast. We are this week going to be talking a little bit about building a thriving community around your brand. And this is something that is very near and dear to my heart because I've seen how powerful this is and how important this is. Because the reality is we live in a increasingly disconnected world, and we live in a world where people's friends are Facebook friends or followers on Instagram or whatever it may be, or on YouTube or whatever the channel may be. And the reality is those aren't really friends, those aren't really relationships. They're just tangent type relationships. They're not relationships that get close. They're not people that really know us and really make us feel understood. They're just people that we have contact with along the way. And so because we live in that world, because we live in this world where we can connect with anybody anywhere in the world at any point in time, many of the relationships that we have feel skin deep. We feel like many people know us, but very, very few people know us, if you know what I mean by that distinction. And if we're feeling that way, so is everyone else. And the number of meaningful relationships, the number of people who are truly know you, who truly have a connection to you, that you can truly feel like I can have a real conversation with this person, is becoming incredibly much more scarce. It's becoming much more rare. And so we crave that. We as human beings, we're not created to be all alone. We're created to be together with one another, having, friendships and relationships with people. And so we crave that connection. We crave that interaction with one another. And which, this is why when you are building your business, when you are going through these steps, if you want to build a business that's thriving, if you want to build a business that's just super powerful, you need to look at the community that you're building, because far too many businesses are just focused on the transaction. Like, how do I get somebody to buy? They bought, great. Now get the next one. Now get the next one. Now get the next one. Okay. That does generate revenue, but you're not creating any type of community. You're not creating any type of connection with your clients. And as a result, you're not creating any loyalty, because somebody will just buy something from you. It's like you go to a gas station and you buy gas, but the people there aren't friendly. They're not nice. You have no connection to them. You just in and out and gone. You have no connection to them. Conversely, you go to another store and you know the owner of the little store, and you get to be friends with them and you get to know them, and you feel like, hey, I'm going to go stop by the such and such store just to go say hi, because I want to go see my friend. And it's a completely different relationship. And you'll go back to the other store again and again and again and keep buying because you have a relationship, because you have a connection there. Whereas the gas station, like, oh, well, this week you're more expensive, so I'm going over here. I have no loyalty to you whatsoever because I have no connection to you. So this is why it's so important when you shift away from transactional relationships to transformational relationships that are meaningful. You create these long-term connections, and you start to put a little pixie dust over your business. You start to put a little magic in the flow of what it is that you're doing, because there's some really strong benefits to having a thriving community in your business. And that is your people, your clients, the people that you are working with start to become brand ambassadors for you. I mean, I just had this recently. I just had somebody that joined us in our Design Launch Grow program, and the person was sold on joining before I ever even spoke to them. Why? Because one of our existing members reached out to them and just said, you need to do this. You need to be part of this because this is amazing. You need to join. And the person who's the client took care of selling this other person into our program simply because how happy she is, how excited she is, how pleased she is with everything in the program. So these people become your brand ambassadors. They start bringing people to you. They start referring people. They start saying, hey, you want to do this. Hey, this is where you want to be. You want to do this thing? Well, then this is your spot over here. Come over here with me and do that. And suddenly your marketing becomes much easier. It becomes much better because you have all these people validating you, all these people backing you up and saying, yes, come this way. And you are not, and when you go and launch something new, you launch a new program, a new service, a new whatever, those people who are incredibly loyal to you are going to say, yeah, I'll take that too. I'll jump on that too. I want to be a part of that as well. And so there's these massive built-in benefits to it as well. You also get a lot of feedback loops. So you're trying something new in your business, you're trying to work out some things, you're trying to do new ideas. The people who are excited to be there, who care about your community, who care about being a part of what you're doing, those people, they're going to say, hey, hey, David, if you do it this way, I think it would be better. They're going to give you feedback. Why? Because they care. They care about the community that they're in. They want it to be better. They want it to be the best it can be. So you could just even openly ask them, do you like it this way or do you like it that way? Oh, we like that better. Okay, great. We'll do it that way. So you're getting this highly, highly valuable feedback loop from your clients who are helping you just make decisions that's going to be the best for the business. And this is just going to make your business stand out in the marketplace as incredibly unique, as incredibly special. You're not going to be just the same old service that is just transactional, where you just, hey, I've sold another client. See, because when you do that and there's no connection, no one's out there recommending you. No one's out there saying, hey, you should do this or you should do that. And you have to start from ground zero with every new lead. You have to start from the beginning with every new prospect. No one is joining you or being part of you because unless you have to talk them through the entire process, no one's coming to you easily because you don't have that type of community. You don't have those types of relationships built. So let's talk a little bit about how do you create and nurture this type of community? How do you do that? How do you build something like this? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to have a clear understanding of what your community's purpose is. You need to know why did we create this community? What is it for? When we get on calls with all the clients, when we have all these people come together, what is the objective of having these group calls? What is the objective of bringing everyone together? Because if you don't have that, if you don't have an alignment on that, what inevitably ends up happening is things start to go awry. They start to go awry. They start to go in a direction that you did not intend. And that's simply because people start feeling comfortable in the group, which is a good thing, which is a very good thing. But now people are starting to talk about things that are completely different than the mission that you're on. For example, we are helping people grow. We're coaches, course creators, and trainers, helping them grow their business, helping them grow into what it is that they're doing and build a business around it. And we have these community calls, which are fantastic, and we love doing them. But sometimes the conversation will start to become, well, I have this personal issue that I'm working through. And because they feel so comfortable and so safe and so valued in that community, they'll start even bringing up personal things. Well, we have to kind of redirect away from that because that starts to become a misalignment. And we're now going down paths that are not in alignment with our purpose, with our goals. And it's not really why somebody signed up. When somebody signs up for the program and they join and they become part of it, they join for this reason. And that was the reason you told them, we're going to help you build your business. And then they get on calls and they're hearing people talk about personal issues. Wait, what? I'm not here to hear about your personal issues. I'm here to work on my business. So you need to make sure that your community engagement is in alignment with your purpose. What is it that you are trying to do? So that those needs of your audience are always met. Things aren't going off the rails and all of a sudden, well, now they're talking about sports. Now they're talking about a movie. Now they're talking about some concert. I'm like, what? Like, that's not why I signed up. That's not why I'm here. So there's this entire process where we have to make sure it aligns and make sure it fits and keep it there. And from time to time, you will have to check it back in. Sometimes there will be those moments where, hey, we're getting a little off here. Let's try and keep it, let's try and bring it back to where we need to be. Next, after you know what your purpose is and you know what it is that you're trying to achieve, you need to make sure that you're building engagement, which, again, you have to kind of draw your clients out. You have to bring them in so that they want to participate. So you need to host events where people are invited to join and become a part of it. You can host a challenge where you're like challenging people to take steps forward that are going to be really good for them to move forward. You're going to need to hold discussions that encourage participation, encourage involvement. You need to set the game up, in other words, in such a way so that there is engagement, so that people are invited to the table, so that they are invited to participate. And then when you do, you need to really recognize and reward those members who are really good, who are the ones like, wow, this is exactly what we're looking for. You're doing exactly what we hope in building this community. You're contributing really helpful things. You're being very gracious to the other members. You're treating people with respect. You're acting completely in alignment with our purpose and goals. Reward those people. Give them something, even for like, hey, we just want to let you know we appreciate you. So we would like to do this for you. What that does is that deepens that connection even further. It doesn't even need to be anything huge. Just give them something that they would find valuable, that they would find meaningful, and just to say, we appreciate you. We see you, we hear you, we know what you're doing, and we appreciate you as a client. And we just want to say thank you. And that little gift, that little appreciation can go a long way towards making people feel like, hey, I'm valued here. I'm seen, I'm known, I'm appreciated here. I love it here. I just want to stay right here. And that makes things just very, very easy. That makes things very, very comfortable for everyone. And that makes people just feel like I'm accepted here. I'm appreciated here. I'm known. And this is my family, in a way, because people start to feel like, again, in a world where we feel increasingly disengaged, in a world where we feel increasingly disconnected, people feel like they found their community. They feel like they found their tribe. They feel like they found the people that they want to be with. So build all that, encourage the engagement, reward it when you see it. And then use an appropriate platform to host your community. So let's just say, how are you going to, where are you going to have your community at? How are people going to engage? Now, I have a few thoughts on that. And that is, I see all the time people move their communities around. There's all these different platforms. There's the Mighty Networks, or there's Circle, or there's Facebook groups, or all these different platforms, all these different places. And I've seen people destroy their communities by going to a platform that people didn't want to go to, by choosing a platform that was like, I don't want to be in that platform. That's not where I want to be. So what I'm going to recommend for you to do when you decide on, so essentially you're choosing, for lack of a better word, the meeting place for your community to meet, to gather in. Like, where is the community going to meet? And it's like, oh, we've got the people, we've got good people now. So where are we going to gather? So you're going to find that virtual platform where everyone can hop on and gather and connect with one another. And what I would tell you is understand your audience and know where is it that they are gathering already anyway. Okay. If they are already gathering in this place, then go there. For example, we use a Facebook group for our members. Why? Is it because I think Facebook is the best platform, the greatest thing? Nope. I don't. I have a lot of frustrations with that platform. But most everyone has a Facebook account. They're already there. I want you to think about it this way. There's an old retail strategy for if you were going to put out a retail store. You want to be in a place where people are already going. Let's say you're putting out your own little local shop. Maybe it's a coffee shop. Maybe it is you're making bagels. Maybe you have a little bookstore. I don't know. Whatever it is, you're setting up a little retail store and you decide you want to do it. What is one of the number one things that you want to look for? Well, you want to put your store in a shopping area where there's an anchor store. What do I mean by an anchor store? An anchor store is a store where people go to all the time. They're going to go there already. They're already going to this shopping center because they want to go there. Now, what kind of stores are anchor stores? Think grocery stores. Look, everybody needs to eat, so everybody's going to go to the grocery store. So the grocery stores are usually, all these anchor stores are usually very large. So, you have your grocery stores, you have Targets, you have Walmart, you have those type of destination type stores. And you will notice every time you see, most every time, not all the time, but very, very often when you see a store like a grocery store, it is associated with several smaller stores next to it in the mall. Or when you go to these strip malls or these little mall areas, we're not even talking the big malls, but the smaller malls, the little community-based ones, they usually have a big store, one major store, and then a bunch of smaller stores all connected and all around it. And the reason for that is very, very simple. It's because people are already going to go to that store because it's such a monster store and it has so many of the things that people need on a daily basis that people are already going to go there. You know what? I need some, groceries. I'm going to go to the grocery store. Well, while I'm here, there was this store just 3 doors down. I want to go check that out. Now, the honest truth is, if that grocery store wasn't there, people would probably, very, very few people or a lot less people would ever go to that store 3 doors down because they weren't already there. The little boutique stores usually don't drive enough traffic all by themselves to get people to stop what they're doing and go over there to do it on their own. Sometimes they're good enough, but many times they're not. That's why they attach themselves to the anchor. Because people are saying, well, I got to go to Target, I got to Walmart, whatever it may be. I got to go to the grocery store. And as a result, while I'm over there, I'm going to swing by this store over here. They get traffic to their store because they put themselves in a place where people are already going. And that is a critical thing to remember when you're building your community. When somebody is already on Facebook and your community is already on Facebook, it's much easier for them to say, oh, well, I want to check out what's happening in the XYZ group. Since I'm already on Facebook checking what my friends are posting anyway, while I'm here, I'm going to go check out this group that I'm a part of and see what's happening over there. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sounds like the anchor store strategy. However, if, for example, I've moved all of my communities over here as a standalone on this other platform, and I don't normally go to that platform, I don't normally log into that platform, that's not a social media platform that I normally go to, then guess what? I'm probably not going to go check that as often. I may once in a while, but I'm not going to go over there very often because that's not a normal behavior. That is not a normal pattern. It's not something that I do on a regular basis. So these things become very important for your community. Put your community where your people are already going, and the odds of them checking in with you, the odds of them staying connected are going to go up exponentially. They're going to go up significantly because they're already there, and while they're there, they want to check out what you're doing. So put it where they're already going. And if you're going to do calls, like community calls, put it on a platform that people are already familiar with. Zoom, for example, is a platform that most everybody at this point knows. The last several years, most everybody has used Zoom in some way, shape, or form. When you use that, people are like, oh, that's something that I'm familiar with. I know how to do that. I'm comfortable hopping on and doing that and using that platform. However, sometimes people get cute and they try and use all these platforms because it has a new feature that I want to try. And then everyone's confused on how to use it. And then people don't jump on the calls because they're like, I don't know how this thing works. I don't get it. So they don't connect. So use platforms that your community know. Use tools that they're familiar with, that they're comfortable with, that they're going to say, oh, no problem. I can easily, I'm over here anyway. I'll go check you out. I'm already using that type of service, so I'm perfectly comfortable doing this. So those are really, really important. Don't make it hard for someone to be part of your community. Don't make it difficult for them. You want them to easily connect. You want it to be as simple as sliding over and clicking on a button and going, oh, hey, look, this is what's going on over here today. Next, once you have that community going, how do you turn that thriving community into business growth? Well, I've already told you one of the things that just happened for us recently is one of our members actually went out and recruited a new client for us. I was like, well, that was easy because they are already ready to join before I even said 2 words to them. I was like, well, how about that? But that's the power of all of this again. It's like you have people who are working and doing your work for you. So how do you turn this into business growth? How do you grow this and make it and work for you? One of the ideas is you can offer exclusive opportunities that are only available to your members. So people that are only, people that are members of your community, they are, they're going to get deals, they're going to get opportunities, they're going to get access, they're going to get to join something at a lower cost than what other people are going to be able to join at. They're going to get resources that other people don't have access to. Make them feel like, hey, we're special. We're important. Because we're a part of this community, we feel valued. We feel important. We feel like this is the place to be because we're getting deals. We get deals by being a part of this. We are treated well. We get extra bonuses for being here. That's just going to make them want to stay around even longer and encourage other people. Well, you really need to be a part of this because when you join, you get all this stuff. They start throwing extras at you and all these extra tools and resources and bonuses and access to things that other people just don't get. Encourage your users to generate content. Encourage them to post their own ideas. We've been on coaching calls so many times where I've sat there and literally watched one member coach another member. And I'm going, look at that. I'm not even, they're getting, this person over here is getting amazing help, amazing support. And I'm not even doing a thing. I'm just watching it happen. This other member is sharing some incredibly valuable insights, some incredibly valuable thoughts on what to do next. And so you just sit there, encourage your people to post their thoughts and ideas. Encourage them to share what it is that they know. And even in your communities, in your group, if you have like a Facebook group, encourage them to share their wins. Encourage them to share their thoughts. Encourage them to share their ideas. If they get a big win, we just signed this whole new client. This is amazing. This is so powerful. I'm so excited. Encourage them to post that win because what you can do is you can use that as a testimonial. You can then use that as a testimonial in your marketing. You can use that as hey, put it on your website. Hey, Sue Smith over here used our program and went through and based on all the things she was able to glean and use and do. And look at what now she's doing. Look at the impact she's having. Look, she just signed 3 new clients as a result of all this. You can use that in your social media. You can use that in your marketing. When you talk to another client, you go, hey, yeah, I have another client who's in a similar situation as you. Look at what she did. Her story was a lot like your stories. And now look at what she's doing. These are things that you could use. You could use to, you could use that to get people into your program. Use that to get people to say yes. And when you highlight when someone else has been successful, and other members of your program look at it and say, that's inspiring to me. And if that person can do it, I think I should be able to do it too. If they can be successful, I can be successful. If they can do it, I'm going to do it too, because you know what? They did it. And that's inspiring to me. And that's really encouraging to me. They're showing me it's possible. I'm going to go talk to them. I'm going to engage with them. I'm going to find out exactly what they did. And I'm going to be inspired to do it too. And the more success that your clients have, the more loyal they will stay to you, because they know that this is the place where they want to be. This is the place where they want to work and engage, because they're getting results. They're happy, they're valued, they're treated with respect, and they're making gains in their life. And when you really get this going, and when you really start getting this growth happening, when you start getting people on board and you get people joining your program on a regular basis, take the time to onboard them. Take the time to make them feel cared for, make them feel welcome. Make sure that you have people there that can show them the ropes. As your community grows and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, people can, and when they first get in, and there's this active community now, and all these people are already friends with one another, and the new person comes in and they go, I don't know if I fit in here. This place looks amazing, but I don't know if I really belong. I'm the outsider right now because I'm the new one. Well, have people onboard them, have them walk them through how do we get engaged. Here's all the resources that you need. If you have questions about this is where you can go, or go over here. If you ever have a question, we're always here to support you. Walk them through those initial steps so that they know that they're cared for, that they know that they're heard, that they're seen, that they're important. And then they're going to feel more welcome. They're going to feel more comfortable and more confident in jumping into the discussion and jumping into the community. And again, as your community really gets buzzing and going, you'll want to start appointing moderators and people there who can start managing certain subsections of this at times, because there'll be so many people that need help and attention or are in the community. Now you almost have to have some community moderators that'll jump in and say, hey, no problem. You have a question about this, I can help you. Go to the website and click on here. That's where you'll find that. Or, hey, where's the link for the call this week? Okay, well, check this, and they'll help answer questions. Have a resource hub for your members so they know, if I have questions and I don't know what to do, where do I go? What's my first step? Where do I go for help? Where do I go to get the answers that I need? Where do I go to get the support that I need? Okay, start here. And we have a whole bunch of documents for you. We have a whole bunch of resources for you. This is where you can get started. So all of these things make sure people feel important. They makes them feel valued. It makes them feel connected. And I'm just telling you, when you have a community that feels wanted, when you have a community that feels valued, when you have a community that feels like this is my people, this is where I belong, it doesn't just support your brand. It becomes a vital part of it. It becomes a vital part of everything that you do, because these relationships, these people become so loyal to you. They become so connected to you. They don't want to leave. They want to stay connected to you. They want to keep buying from you. They want to keep doing things with you. They want to stay engaged. And that's going to fuel your growth as a business. That's going to keep people happy. That's going to keep people sticking around. So you don't have to keep chasing the next person. You don't have to keep chasing the next client, trying to get another person, trying to create another transaction. No, you have people that want to stay. They want to keep buying. They want to keep being a part of the community. They want to keep joining and doing these things because they know that this is a special place. They know that this is a place where they belong and where they feel connected and where they feel valued. And all I can say is I don't think I can overstate the importance of having a vibrant community. When you have a community that cares for each other, that values each other, that supports and encourages each other, you've got something almost a little bit magical. And it is going to drive the success of your business forward in ways that you never dreamed possible. So if you need help with this, if this is something that you're like, hey, this is exactly what I want. If you'd like help building this out in your business, please check out designlaunchgrow.com and check us out. If you would like to, learn more, reach out to me. Otherwise, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you again very soon.